Chico Resch. You are listening to the Let's Go Devils podcast on the Primetime Radio Network.
Happy Devil Thursday. This is the Damn It Unhappy Devils recap. Devils After Dark. Live in the bunker. The bunker. Primetime Radio virtual studios somewhere in New Jersey as there's hail outside. There's gusts of 50 miles per hour. We're still alive. That's a good thing. The Devils up in Boston.
Not so much.
Not good. Not good. A lot of things to talk about. I don't even know if I don't know if we should really go through the rundown, the Damn It Unhappy Devils recap.
We're gonna. Oh, yeah.
I mean, maybe we should stop after the Jack Hughes goal and then
we're gonna go
turn
through
this
it.
into.
We're gonna go
through every single one.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
The thing about this podcast is we don't take any shifts off, unlike some people.
Well, you know what, Sam Wu? Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Devils After Dark. I'm Scotty. That's Sam Wu talking about this debacle of a game over here. But we actually do have some really good news. Two really good pieces of good news to get to right off the top. First, let us say congratulations to a longtime listener, Matt Junio, who correctly answered our last trivia question, which, Sam Wu, is in 1998, the Devils acquired the center of the A-line, Jason Arnott. What future 400-goal scorer was traded along with Valeri Zelepukin to the Oilers? And Sam Wu got this one right away. Sam, can you give us the answer to that question?
It was Bill Guerin.
You are correct. A man that scored 429 goals in his career, and Matt Junio got that correct. So he, courtesy of our good friends at JCB Architectural, call them and ask for the Art Vandelay special. All right, they got a good deal on the Art Vandelay special. That's a Seinfeld reference, Sam Wu. I don't know if you got it or not there. You know, George Costanza. So he's going to be an architect.
I never watched that show except for Putty.
Blank stare. Well, you can call JCB Architectural and ask for the Art Vandelay special, and they'll know exactly what you're talking about. Okay.
You know what? JCB should probably be paying us, because I'll tell you the reason why. Even though they're giving away tickets. Because it's hard to give away tickets. Right now.
Well, you got to get the right answer to some of these trivia questions, and we're not tossing softballs out there, right? We want to make this a little bit difficult. If you're a big time Devils fan, we want to give these tickets to big time Devils fans here. You should be able to get these questions like Sam Wu did, and the one he did previous as well. Took him a little bit while to get that Riche and Alexander McGinley one, but he eventually did. But Bill Guerin.
Let me tell you how I knew this one. All right. Go back to, I believe it was 1998. That was my first, I think it was my freshman year. I believe it was January of 98. And I had 4 tickets. Somebody gave me 4 tickets. Devils, I believe it was Devils Toronto. And it was at the Meadowlands at Continental Airlines Arena. And it was at where the Devils go out on the ice in the from the locker room. It's like center ice, like row 2. And you could high-five the Devils. And if you remember, Bill Guerin held out in training camp that year for more money. And there was a bitter taste in Devils fans' mouths. And I remember that because that game was Bill Guerin's last game as a Devil. and he had a bad game. And I remember shouting obscenities. Remember, I was just a 19-year-old college kid back then. And he looks at me, and I think the guy behind me or my friend said something like, "You're not worth that contract." And he just looks and he's like, "Yeah," and walked off.
All right.
That's why I remember.
Matt Judy. All right. Well, Matt Junio got that question correct. So congratulations to Matt Junio, and thank you again to our good friends at JCB Architectural. Like we said, call for the Art Vandelay special. They'll know that the Let's Go Devils podcast, and in particular Devils After Dark, sent you their way. And before we get into the unfortunate news of the day, aka the game that just took place, there was another happy moment for Devils family out there, and that's for us to say a big happy birthday. Where you going, Sam? We'll come on back. A big happy birthday. He's turning the big 9-0. That's right. The Maven, Stan Fischler, who we've actually had on the Let's Go Devils podcast, the Big Sunday show. Great friend of the podcast.
Yes.
I hear he's back in the States now. He was hanging out with in New York City with the commission stuff, taking some pictures over there at the NHL store. And we miss seeing the Maven on the pregame and postgame.
He should be in the Hall of Fame.
There. He should be in the Hall of Fame.
Hall of Fame in Toronto. Get it
done.
And
do we miss him in those press conference rooms afterwards as well?
Yes.
The Maven was always there to ask those tough questions about all the teams here. He didn't just cover the Devils. He covered the Islanders. He covered the Rangers as well. He is, this man knows so much about the train systems of New York. Read some of the books that the Maven has out there, but he turned the big 9-0. And if you go back in the archives here on the Let's Go Devils podcast fan page here, you will find the interview that we got to do with Stan some months back. With his son was on there too. He came on and said hi. So it was a really good deal. And we just want to put the horns up. That's right. And say happy birthday to the Maven.
Happy birthday, Stan.
There we go. Sam was got
it. Just one thing. He really is a good friend of the podcast because he and I trade emails back and forth every once in a while. If I have a question or whatever, he helps. He's a very resourceful, always willing to help. And one other thing was I had a question, and he's out in Israel, and he gave me his Israeli phone number. And he said, call me at this time. And he did pick up, and we had a good 20-minute conversation because I was doing a little research on something.
He is a good dude, and man, if you want to talk about someone who has been there through the decades, Stan read some of those columns, the Sunday with Stan and everything like that. He puts out some really good stuff about some really classic games that you've probably never heard about in your lifetime. You want to know why? Because they happened before your lifetime. And Stan was there. Yeah. He was covering it. He was probably at the game. So there's some really good stuff from him. And like Sam was saying, he is a good friend of the podcast. So once again, big old happy birthday to Stan Fischler. Now, Sam, well, let's get to this game over here. I don't even know why we want to go through it because it was so horrible. Because it was so bad. This is one of these games where you're just like, what? What just happened? Because it didn't start off all that terrible. And never mind. It did, actually. What am I forgetting? Yeah, the Bruins scored. What was it, like 55 seconds? What was it, 57 seconds?
50, yeah.
Into the period. We had the game clock go out. At one point, they were hockey taping the net to the goalpost. I don't know if anyone else saw that. I don't think I've ever seen that before in the game. The referee's out there with the hockey tape. I mean, that's some stuff that I pulled, in the parking lot playing street hockey back in the day. I didn't know that was NHL level over there. But we saw some crazy stuff. Let's get to it right now. First goal for the Bruins, mistake by the Devils. The puck went up the boards. I think it was PK or it was Siegenthal. I can't remember who it was. Moved the puck up the boards. Devils couldn't get there to get the puck out of the zone. The Bruins keep it in. They get a long-range shot, and wouldn't you know it, it goes in. Oh, boy, Nico Daws. We've been seeing some problems. Not all these goals were his fault, but, ooh, boy. The next one we're going to talk about definitely was. Those rebounds that he used to be controlling, not so much anymore. But you know what? The Devils didn't. They took it in stride. Okay? The clock delay then happened after that, and then they came back, and they were hitting. Let me tell you, Miles Wood was battling in front of that net. Mason Gearston gets into a big fight, throwing some haymakers. You're like, okay, the boys are into it today. Here we go. All right, and then Miles Wood again. Who was it that he buried? It was Charlie McAvoy. He buried in the behind the goal, behind the Bruins goal on a clean hit. A clean hit. Wasn't a dirty hit. And then what happened? I think it was O'Reilly retaliated and got a double minor. As Miles Wood was skating away, oh yeah, that's right. It's Miles Wood. It's not Jesper Bratt anymore in the corner there. Other teams, that's a bigger, stronger man there. No, and no disrespect to Jesper Bratt, because believe me, he throws it down and he goes into those corners and he'll muck it up too. But Miles Wood is a big boy, and that's a different thing going on. And O'Reilly drew a double minor. Wood drew a roughing for the little skirmish there that happened because he threw Riley down. They both go to the box, and then we had, I think it was 2 to 3 kind of missed shots by Igor Sharangovich, and it started looking like, oh boy, maybe this is going to be one of those odd games like that, and it turned for the good. Just at the end of that power play, it was just after the power play expired. Devils had the puck in the zone. And the captain, oh, my captain, who is, I believe, at 48 points now on the season, which is one short of his career high. So like seeing that. But Nico Hischier, with some really hard work behind the net, does the little spin move. He gets knocked down and somehow kind of one-handed backhand slap past the puck over to Jack Hughes, who from the impossible angle on the goal line makes yet another all-star goal right there. Top shelf, far side, putting it home for his team-leading 25th goal of the year. And, recently we've been talking about, hey, it's so nice to have these 60-point scores. Dare I say we may have a 30-goal scorer by the end of the year with Mr. Jack Hughes. But after that, things did not go so well for the old Devils. We thought it would, but it did not. Late in the first period, DeBrusk gets his 18th, and this was just a straight-up misplay by Nico Daws. Talking about him not controlling the rebounds. I mean, he straight waffle-boarded, using the old Doc Emmerich term right there. He straight old waffle-boarded that puck off his blocker. It was straight out like 10, 15 feet away from the goal. It went right to DeBrusk, who just buried it there. And you're like, wow, that was a bad play. Didn't like that. But the Devils got through the rest of the period. Some more big hits, some more action. And you're like, okay, they're only down 2-1 to the Bruins, who were looking to get right after that loss to the Toronto Maple Leafs. What was that, 2 days ago or a day ago? I can't remember when they were playing the Leafs, but they lost, I think, 6-4 at home. It's one of their only few regulation losses at home over there. Bruins come out in the second period, and first off, I don't know how Holland got so open to get this rebound, but Pasternak comes in and literally skates around the back of the goal. Around Nico Daws there. There's no one on him. There's literally nobody on him. And just is able to stop and wind up and take a wicked wrist shot, which Nico Daws talked about not controlling his rebounds, gets kicked out. And there's Haller there wide open because I think it was Hamilton and someone else decided to cover the same player. First off, how in the holy Hanneman did Pasternak just be able to walk around the net like that and be like, he had a clear shot lane right at Nico Daws. That just blew my mind right there. But then, the easy rebound in there for Haula, his 10th from Pasternak, his 31st assist. That was 2:22. Oh, boy. Into the second period. And we know the road woes of the New Jersey Hockey Devils. And we also know, and we also know the old second period. It definitely came back to haunt us. And again, on the next goal, another Nico Daws misplay. Who was it that had... It was DeBrusk at the side of the goal. Nico Daws goes for a poke check, which he should not have. There was no way he was ever going to be able, unless he dove and basically threw his stick out, holding on just at the very butt end of it. There was no way he was ever going to be able to reach the puck for that poke check. So he does. DeBrusk sees it and realizes he's got Marchand parked right in front of the net. And, obviously Dawes is not going to be able to get back into position there to get over to the other side. He just quickly passes to Marchand right in the front and does that. Buries it far side because Dawes cannot get back, into position. And at that point, it's 4-1. It's 4-1. And then after that, you get Charlie McAvoy getting the puck in deep. All right. And then he finds Pasta again, wide open at the point. And this was a pretty play. This is the one goal I really can't put on Nico Daws over here. This was a beautiful play. Pasta was able to come in, obviously a set. He did a fake shot pass, slap shot sort of thing. And Bergeron is parked in front and just gets, the deflection of all deflections going the opposite way. And just Dawes actually, I think, got a little piece of it with his leg, but it went right between the 5-hole. A beautiful screen, a beautiful pass shot. And hey, if you leave superstars like that wide open in front of the net, that is exactly what's going to happen. And you could see the tailspin happening, how the Devils essentially checked out of this game. And then after that, DeBrusk hammers Ty Smith in the corner, who also had a bad game too. I was very shocked. I don't know if I missed something about Kevin Ball, but I was shocked to see Ty go back in and Kevin Ball come out. Simply for the Bruins, their size and the game that they play, you would think they'd want him in there. But Ty Smith, he gets leveled. He stays down. And what this does is it allows basically the Bruins to go on a mini power play for 10 seconds while Ty Smith is crumpled in the corner. And again, wouldn't you know it, Marchand is left wide open, basically in the face-off circle for a pass and just slams it home. That one I cannot fault Nico Daws on. He gets pulled after that. One thing I do find fault on is the entire team, even though Smith got ridden off the play there. And I don't know if he, we can debate whether he should have been in the lineup or not. Again, I got to check because I didn't see, I had a little crazy day at work here, so I didn't see all the pregame action. I don't know about Kevin Ball, but his teammates basically left him out hanging there. He was crumpled in the corner, and they all just kind of skated off the ice and left him there. Geez, at least give him a little stick tap or something on the knee. Come on, guys. They just left him in the corner. I'm like, what is going on over there? You dude just got crushed, and no one even goes over. Didn't like seeing that. So out comes Nico Daws, and in comes John Gillies, who is, immediately led into a 2-on-1. I think it was Fedoruk or who was Frederick? Not Fedoruk. Yeah, Todd Fedoruk is back in the league, and he's suddenly playing for the Boston Bruins over here. Yeah, exactly. Frederick makes a great. I think it was Severson was trying to take a big slap shot at the point, or maybe it was PK. I can't really remember at this point because the Bruins blocked so many shots from Hamilton, from PK, from Damon Severson all game long. But they blocked a shot, immediately turned into a 2-on-1. John Gillies was just in there. And I think that was McLaughlin's first. It was actually a pretty goal coming down. A nice 2-on-1 pass there. And he buries it top shelf far side past Gillies. What was that maybe a few minutes? It was a minute 34. Minute 35. No, wait, hang on. My math is bad. Sorry. Minute 33. after John Gillies came into the game. Okay? And then,
well,
you know what I noticed?
Sorry.
What I noticed, and I'm saying this on purpose to upset Boston fans out there. I will say that you sounded like Yankee fans. You want to know why? Every little shot, every little thing that trickled by the goal, they were going, ooh! It's like when every Yankee hits a pop-up at Yankee Stadium, every fan, they will think it's a home run every single time. Every time there's a pop-up at Yankee Stadium because it's a Little League field with a wind tunnel. Every pop, they're like, ah! That was every Boston fan every time they got a shot or even the puck near the net. At that point, they were just like, goal. I'm like, yeah, calm down, you. All right, calm down. But you know what? We couldn't really stop it because then Boston scored again anyway. And who was it? Of course, the icing on the cake, Mr. MVP himself, Taylor Hall, getting his, his 18th. Damon Stevens was trying to get the puck out of the zone. Actually makes a nice outlet pass to Nico Hischier. Oh, what happens just before the puck gets there? It goes on edge and skips over Nico's stick. It goes right.
Turnover.
Wouldn't you know it? Wouldn't you know it's a David
Turnover.
Pastrnak? I mean, come on. Who else would the puck obviously go right to besides Pasta, who's been flying all over the place? Gets it into the zone and makes a nice pass to Taylor Hall, who's rushing the net. And is able to just slam that home there. And, oh, yeah, that's 8-1. 8-1. 6 goals in the second period for the Boston Bruins. Going
Scotty,
into the third, the Devils were down 7. Down a touchdown.
I actually have exclusive audio in the Devils locker room between the second and third period. Just exclusive audio. It was over.
I was thinking more of the scene from Dumb and Dumber where she's like, maybe 1 in a million. And he's like, so you're telling me there's a chance? We're only down 7 goals going into the third. You're
8 unanswered in the third period. 8 unanswered goals. Your New Jersey Devils.
Oh, man, that was terrible. Terrible. What a horrible game. Team just obviously went to sleep there. They played maybe like 5 minutes, 10 minutes of that first period, and then just like done. Nico Dawes gets pulled again. What's this, like the 4th game he's gotten pulled now? Like not through the second period? Man. Problems still exist. Everything is not, we had a little good run there. We got really excited. I know I got really excited about Nico Dawes. But he's starting to look like a young rookie goaltender making some young rookie mistakes. Now, I'm not saying he can't correct that, but when he came up there on that, what was it, like a 8-game stretch or 9-game stretch, I mean, he was playing like a veteran. He was making all those great moves and controlling all his rebounds and had so much confidence. Now he's playing a little bit more like a rookie who's going through a rough stretch. So we'll see what happens. We'll see when the Hamburglar comes back. Maybe he'll be in goal for one of these. You guessed it, or you heard right from Steve Cangelosi, a 4-game homestand. And let me tell you, there's nothing more that this New Jersey Hockey Devils team could use than a 4-game homestand, because we know they are quite crappy on the road and decent at home. We'll say they're decent. No, they play a lot with a lot more heart, it seems, in front of us, the Devils fans, there at the Rock in New Jersey. Don't know what it is. It's also a sign of a very young team. I get it, but some of these guys have been around for a little bit, and the road struggles have forever been consistent, it seems like the last 5 to 6 years. But anyway, shots on goal. Whew, the Bruins slaughtered us 12-16 in the second period. 12 for a total of 40. Devils 7-10-9 for a total of 26 shots. Face-offs 60% to 40. Power plays, the Bruins were 1 for 3. We were 0 for 3. Lots of hits, 23-20. So nice to see the Devils standing up for themselves. That also has to do with Mason Gearston and Miles Wood being back in the lineup there. 13 blocks, so that's nice to see. 15 giveaways, and only 6 takeaways. I mean, this was a crap-tastic game, Sam Wu. Laughing. This is the kind of game, actually, Stan Fischler would probably have loved to cover. All like the craziness of it and just all the goals and the wackiness of going on. This would probably have been like a Stan favorite, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Let's back up here. The Devils on the road this year, with the exception of a couple games, like against Tampa, where you and I thought that, we have a shot at the playoffs. What have the Devils fans lost here? Well, definitely not draft positioning, but you kind of lose confidence in this team because it's Jekyll and Hyde. And Nico Dawes is amazing at home. On the road, they have their woes. The entire team has their woes. It's not just Nico Dawes. He's just the recipient of the wins and losses.
I will say,
record-wise,
I will say a couple of those goals today were not pretty. That one with the Pasta Bergeron, set play like that. Come on. That one is just, you tip your hat. But some of those, especially that first goal, that long-range shot.
Scotty.
I get it. It's through a screen, but man.
It goes back to a lack of focus again. And it's happening again. And now I'm starting to feel a little bit pissed that I defended Lindy Ruff. I still think he should be coaching next year. But look at what happened in the past 3 days. You had distractions all over the place. The young team signing autographs for fans. I know that's, part of the gig, right? The Devils ownership group had some special gala event at the Woolman Rink in New York City because they took over control of Woolman Rink, the infamous rink in New York City. Lindy Ruff was there. People from the Devils were there. All that kind of stuff. And people will say, "Whoa, what the hell are you talking about? You're not making any sense." I just think it's a lack of focus. I think the team regressed. I thought we were over this. We're obviously not. And I'm not saying the team can't have fun, but when you get your butts kicked in 8-1 with no counterpunch. No counterpunch. I mean, the Bruins just absolutely destroyed them in every facet of the game. I mean, if it wasn't for that Jack Hughes generational type player shot, no angle, they would have been. Should have been 8-0.
And you needed a Superman play from Nico Hischier just to get the puck to Jack Hughes on the goal line for the impossible angle shot. Like, they got dominated in all facets tonight. Like, this was bad. And listen, you knew the Bruins were going to come out swinging. They were pissed after that Toronto Maple Leafs loss. And the Devils definitely line up as one of those get-right teams for the Boston Bruins to get right against. And did they tonight. The big stars were out
bullied.
there. Oh, they did. Bullied. Marchand, Pasta, I mean, he was flying everywhere. He just seemed to be on the puck, like, no matter what. Taylor Hall obviously looked like he had a little extra step tonight, playing against the Devils. That's going to happen. So, I don't know. It's bad. And it sucks because we just had this layoff, since the last game was Sunday. It was, you're always looking, game's back on. And then, nope.
Look,
bad.
They're going to get their butts kicked in by Florida Saturday. Islanders are
Don't say that.
streaking.
Don't say that because our good friend Matt Junio is going to be there.
If they play this way. But they're at home. They're a different team at home.
If they play this way, they'll get their butts kicked by like a peewee team if they keep playing this way, man, because there's no focus at all out there.
I want to know what the players are doing. I think there should be a curfew when they're on the road.
Oh, Lordy. You're going to go back to Lou. You're all staying in a hotel. No one's going to know about it. You're going to all sign in under, assumed names, and your family can't know where you're at.
Jack,
that's what Sam
I'm evicting you out of your apartment with Ty.
With Ty.
You're going to live with a veteran.
No. You're not evicting Jack. You're evicting
the
Ty.
Hamburglar.
I think you're evicting Ty. That's what you're evicting. Like, I think that's what's going on, man.
Yeah.
And I forgot. I'm sorry. I think Kevin Ball got. I think Big Balls got sent back down to Utica for the playoff run. So apologies on me like that. I've been a little out of things today. But yeah, I mean, everyone on Facebook Live, by the way, Twitter Live, YouTube Live, thank you and hello. Thank you for all the follows, likes, and the support and all the comments. Rob Malicki, oh boy, I don't know if
he's been on fire.
Is he? Nico's one-handed, Wyatt, the one-handed diving pass. That was the big highlight for the Devils. And like Sam was just saying, it took that sort of play and another superhuman play from Jack Hughes actually being able to shoot the puck like that from that angle for the Devils to get actually on the board. It was bad. Ramona, bad game tonight.
Why does it have to be with this young team where
Vlad and Joe, Vinny, sorry, I'm just saying hi. Felix. Yeah, that was rough. Oh, that was rough.
Why does it have to be with this team where you need to have Lindy Ruff start screaming at them to wake up? Remember that game not too long ago? Bad first period. Why does this keep on happening?
Listen, for me, I think it's a coaching change thing. I think the team
but I
is
also
not
think
responding.
this team is too soft. It's too soft. They're being coddled. And maybe you're right.
Oh, well, in that sense, maybe. I mean, I think with Miles Wood coming back, this team definitely has an extra edge to it because Miles Wood is not afraid to go out there and mix it up, and they will.
That's not what I'm talking about.
I get what you mean.
Yeah, it's
team
just they
identity
get down on themselves so easily. They can't. There was no counterpunch really tonight. Mason Geertsen was the only one that I thought showed some heart. Trying to get something going, but he can't be. He can't be leading the team. And again, there's no grit and there's no guts. They're just too soft. And it may, I thought Lindy Ruff was the guy, but I'm starting to question that because this stuff is still happening. He had a good run there. But
I don't
bit.
know. I can't. I mean, I know I was one that was calling for for Coach Ruff around New Year's, and I still sticking to my assessment that I just don't think it's getting the full response from the players. I get the idea of him being more experienced and probably being good for the younger team, but I don't know. There just seems to be something that it's there sometimes, but not all the time, and we need someone, a coach that gets it through all the time. And
let's see what Kevin Dineen does with the Utica Comets.
I think that's a good.
Them.
I think that's a good observation right there, and something that Devils fans should keep their eyes on. But we know that Lindy also has a lot of ties with Fitzy, going back to the Florida Panther days and everything like that. So although I don't think so, I am not the GM of the team. So I do have a feeling that Fitzy might give Lindy another season, without all the COVID issues, without having, don't forget too. I mean, I think Kanji mentioned this during the game. Jack Hughes he's racking up the points. Don't forget he missed 17 games with that separated shoulder there. after what was it? Like 3 periods he played, or a period and a half or something like that before
4.
he got hurt there in the beginning of the season?
4.
4 periods? Yeah.
4. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was 4 periods he played, and then he was out for 17 games. So, man, imagine if he was still in for those 17. The way he came out there on fire, woo, baby. We might be looking at an 80-point player right now on our team, and he might already be at 30 goals. But either way, for me, just as a fan, as just someone who's watches the team, watches the games, I just find that the lack of focus, the seemingly unpreparedness is just something that has been too consistent, and I don't know. I don't want to. I'm not trying to knock him or anything like that, but I just feel like the team doesn't respond all the time. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm not the GM. I can't make those decisions.
I'd like to see the team at least be pissed off.
I was shocked. Like I said, I was shocked when they left Ty Smith hanging in the corner. I thought for sure. I mean, he was down for a while, and he was still down after the goal, and they all just kind of like skated away off the ice. I was really shocked by that. And then there wasn't really like any sort of retaliation from like a Bastion or, Gearston, even Miles Wood after that. The Devils they completely went to sleep. They completely went to sleep, and they just ended up getting pummeled for another 3 goals after that. So just both Gillies and Dawes give up. No. Gillies gave up 3. Dawes gave up 5. So terrible game. However, we do have a chance to come back and play well against the Florida Panthers, who we know is a very, very strong team. They're coming into the Rock for an early game on Saturday that our good friend Matt Junio is going to be attending, courtesy of JCB Architectural, the art vandalays of Devils tickets. Oh, it's the Sunday game? Oh, yep. I'm sorry, the Islanders game. I am sorry. Excuse me. The Islanders game, which will be a national TNT audience. Oh, hello, Matt Junio. Maybe we'll see you on the big screen over there. On the
you
old
better send
TNT.
us pictures like Michael Borga.
Yeah, we want pictures when you guys go to these games. But a big thank you to JCB Architectural again for hitting us up with these tickets, and for you guys enjoying them, doing the trivia, getting back to us, answering the emails with the correct answers. We always want to get back to you. So anytime you can, please answer. When we get them, we're going to be giving them to you. Our fans here in Devils After Dark and the Let's Go Devils Podcast Network in general. So, Sam Wu, I think we should wrap it up here. We'll be back on Saturday morning for an early start time there with some Game Day Live coming in at 11:30 a.m. And that's a home game, so we'll have some stuff going at Taj Lounge 973. It'd be up on the big screens, ready to go for you to get you ready, get you pumped for the Devils playing the Florida Panthers this Saturday. And then we'll be back again on Sunday with that odd 4 p.m. Eastern start time, TNT, Devils and Islanders continuing our 4-game homestand that we desperately need. So let's hope for a big W coming up this weekend. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with us here on Devils After Dark. Sam Wu, I'm throwing it over to you for the last word.
Thank you, Whistler, for digging my T-shirt. Also, keep your head up. Until next time, let's go.